everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know I ask you to do it every single day, and that is to look down in here, your settings, look around, find that subscribe button, and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too so you'll know when I upload or when I just want to pop in, and give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, the algorithm. I can't talk about it. I just cannot talk about it, y'all. And right about here, that's the join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon, appreciative to have your support. Also, if you just want to do a one time donation to the channel, our super thanks button is right over there. And all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, I have some shout outs. I do. I want to shout out Tiger Mommy. Tiger Mommy just came on through again today. I'm telling you, I am so blessed to have. I mean, just so blessed to have people who support my channel the way Tiger Mommy does. I am so grateful, so thankful. And thank you, Tiger Mommy, for the super thanks. Also, Elegant Paws came through today. She did. And I am so grateful, so thankful for Elegant Paws. What a great supporter she is of this channel, and I am so appreciative. I am. So thank you, Elegant Paws, for the super thanks. All right, with all that said, let's get to the read. Of course, we have a lot. Y'all know I'm nosy. I be all up in these internet streets just finding stuff. And I'm telling you, I don't even share everything I find. That's how nosy I am. I don't even have the time to share all of it. But let's get to it. Of course, when I was putting the read together, y'all already know I hit these internet streets. I did, and that is where I was. I was over to Blue Sky. Blue Sky is just humming along. I'm telling you, I enjoyed myself over there. I moved on to TikTok. Didn't stay over there very long, but I'm telling you, the squatties on TikTok are doing God's work. I'm telling you, they are not holding back, and I love it. But I just can't stay too long over there because I lose my sense of time over there. I'll go over there for a few minutes, and before I know it, I've been on there for 2 or 3 hours. I can't do that. I can't. So I moved on to Instagram. The Instagram squatties are still talking about everything, the card, you name it, they are talking about it. It's a lot going on. Karma she's still knocking on doors and kissing people in the mouth, and we have a new one today. Yes, we do. I'm telling you, it is good times to be a squatty to watch Karma do her work. And then I made my way finally to X, formerly known as Twitter, to see what the squatters are doing over there, and they pretty much dragging everybody. Everybody gets a drag on X, formerly known as Twitter. And they're just talking about Charles, just dragging him, and how really sad it is. What a sad human being that he had this Christmas lunch and none of his blood sons, at least as far as we know, none of his blood children. I'm just saying, because we all know, like I said yesterday, he was banging uh, the horse, while while she was still married to her husband. So who knows? Who knows? But his legit blood sons was not there. And people have taken note to that, and they really are talking about that. And they're talking about, William, how he continues to look bad is an elephant in a room that they don't want to talk about. I'm telling you, if you go in these people's room, if you go in the British media's room, it's filled up with elephants that they don't want to talk about. But yet and still, they got their nose 5,000 miles away trying to write articles about Harry and Meghan's garden. I kid you not. GB News the present, at the present, has an article on their website talking about Harry and Meghan's garden. I kid you not. And we all know how that one-eyed cyclops, Jan Moore, and well, Sarah Vine don't necessarily do it. Most of the time, it's that one-eyed cyclops, Jan Moore. She'll get on a plane and fly 5,000 miles just to go in there and see some vegetables that Harry and Meghan just might buy, or go in a store that Meghan might go into and buy a dress. Yes, but yet and still, their room is still full of elephants. Like we don't see William swaying back and forth and looking like he absolutely hadn't had a meal since birth. But yet and still, they don't want to talk about none of that. They want to talk about what Harry and Meghan is doing. And I'm telling you, they police Harry and Meghan like Harry and Meghan is taking money from them. We're going to talk about that a little bit too. But first, we're going to start with this. We're going to talk about Charles. And y'all know I ended my podcast yesterday talking about Charles, why he was a clown. And this particular thing was one of the reasons why I said Charles was a clown. None of his sons, none of his sons was at his Christmas lunch. He is a clown. He is a clown. None of his grandchildren was at his Christmas lunch. Let's look at how the Queen used to be. The Queen was surrounded by her children and her grandchildren because she had earned the respect of all of them. The Queen took the throne in her 20s. I think she was 26 when she took the throne. And she lived a life of morality, which gained her respect. She had the respect of her family and the respect of the people. And Charles has neither. Because when he was crowned and when the queen died and he became king, he literally had to get cancer to stop the eggs from flying over his head. That's how much respect Charles garnered when he became king. And why you say he had such little respect? His behavior. This is a man who has never, ever thought about anybody except himself. He has done everything in a manner to absolutely promote himself. He used his own children to promote himself, to cover himself of how he had treated Diana. And when Diana died, he used those children to clear the way for him and his horse. And people know that. And people love Diana. And he treated her like trash. He treated her like it was something under his shoe that need to be cleaned off. And to this day, people feel some kind of way about that. They do. And this mother being taken away from her children, people feel a certain way about that because I feel a certain way about that. And this is why he does not garner the respect that the queen did. I'm just saying. So this particular post was the original post is by Kaiser from Celibacy. And she wrote this, I think it's like 2 paragraphs, and we're going to go through it in just a minute. But the name of the article that I'm referring to, the name is, and it says in the post, King Charles hosts the annual pre-Christmas royal lunch without either of his sons. What a shame. What a disgrace. I'm just saying. And this particular squatty that reposts Kaiser's post said this: monarchists will, of course, do their spin, but this reflects incredibly poorly on the king. It's not only a comment on his overall fathering, but also a referendum on the fact that he just does not hold the same power or demand the same respect his mother did. Now, where is the lie? And why he doesn't uh command the same, I mean, why he doesn't hold the same power or demand the same respect that his mother did is because of his behavior. His behavior and his willingness to do anything and smear anybody and be as low as he can go in order to have that horse. And that horse was nothing but a hard drinking, heavy smoking bed hopper. That's all she was. And he meant, I don't know if it was just because he wanted to defy his mother. I don't know what it was. But whatever it was, he brought that cancer into that family and she has literally devoured it. She has. And it's all his fault. He does not have the love and respect of his own children because he used his own children to clear the way for her. He sacrificed his own blood for her. And I'm telling you, he's paying for it. He is absolutely paying for it. And this particular squatty under here who commented on her post said this: the Queen and Philip made time not only for all of their grandchildren, but also the extended family. Where is the lie? Y'all remember how Buckingham Palace, the balcony used to look, and how I even showed pictures of the Queen. The kids would all be at Sandrium riding ponies and doing all manner of fun things, and the Queen would arrange that. She made time for her grandchildren. Charles don't want to have anything to do with his grandchildren. They lie, they plant stories in the press saying that he wants to see Archie or Lilibeth, but we all know that's a lie. We all know if he really cared anything about Archie and Lilibeth, they would have security and they would have a UK home, Frogmore Cottage. So they can miss me with that. The king wants to have a relationship with his grandson. One thing about Elizabeth II, she made it happen. She made sure she met Archie. She made sure she met Lilibeth. And she made sure that they were safe when they came. And what about this? Yes, when her Jubilee came around, she gave them their own procession. She did. She made sure that people knew that these two are important to me. When has Charles ever did that? He has never done any of that. And when Harry said what he said in Spare, it's because it was true. He had did that. And Camilla had did that. And he had allowed her to do all of that to his baby son. So Charles deserves all of this. He deserves all the disrespect that he's getting. And I just love it for him. I do. And like they said, it says Charles and Camilla views them as a burden and have gone to great length to let that be known publicly. Yes, they don't want to be bothered with the grandchildren. Well, she loves her grandchildren. She wants to be bothered with her grandchildren, but it's his grandchildren she don't want to be bothered with. Charles is such a fair human being. And like I say, he deserves all the disrespect he is getting. I'm just saying. Also, I'm going to put this up. This is the article that Kaiser wrote. It's not much to it. Basically, what she's talking about is pretty much what I just said. How disgraceful it is that Charles' sons, his blood, family was not there. And it really, really says a lot about what's going on. And she also talked about this. She said King Charles still doesn't live in Buckingham Palace. He and Camilla have never moved in. They got away with it because Buckingham Palace is still undergoing costly decade-long renovation project, which became a perfect excuse for Charles and Camilla just to stay at Clarence's house, which they prefer. In the past 2 years, it's always funny to hear reports that the king has arrived at Buckingham Palace, or seeing photos of a short commute to work at the palace. And it kind of goes on to that. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care if he ever moves into Buckingham Palace. He is a trash human being. He really is. And I saw an article today about how his cancer treatment is supposed to go into 2025. Kate's too. And I must say, it caused me suspicion because are they still getting chemotherapy? What is going on here? I'm pretty sure we would know if they were in remission by now because this has been a full year. And why it makes me suspicious is it's the taint for me. I believe the taint hadn't came off of them like they thought it was going to come off of them. And Kate has not reaped the benefit. That's why I feel it's going on so long because they are not getting the benefits that they thought they were going to get. So they're going to carry it on a little longer. I'm just saying. But yes, it was a disgrace. It was a full on disgrace. And I said this yesterday. William and Kate did not want to be there. And I mean, nobody really showed up. Edward and Sophie are the only ones showed up. Their children didn't even show up. Nobody showed up. When the Queen had her Christmas lunch, everybody showed up. Everybody want to be seen. And now they know that they're not going to make the headlines really. People don't care about them. And so what is the draw for them to show up? I'm just saying. And one more thing about that. Camilla and Charles showed up in separate cars. They did. Charles rode with his secretary. Camilla showed up in a separate car. I don't know what to think about that. I really don't. I really just feel that Camilla wanted to. These people are so twisted in the mind that they did not want to share. They wanted to be able to take that picture going in and nobody else be on it except them. Charles and Camilla are twisted human beings. And when they do put them on the front pages, nobody cares. When they put them on the website at the top, they get maybe 4 or 5 comments and maybe a little engagement. They are not who they think they are. And of course, I ran to the comment section and I found this one comment that I really liked. And I'm going to share it. And it says, biggest Christmas ever. They triumphantly proclaim from Buckingham Palace offices. Except it isn't because Gladys has won her nasty little game. And we all know that Charles and Camilla call each other Fred and Gladys. And Gladys, this particular commenter, is referring to Camilla, that she has won. She has won her nasty game of separating him from everybody. And it goes on to say, she successfully alienated Fred from his entire family. They all hate him. They all hate her. Where's the lie? Because William went and told Tom Sykes that he was just tolerating her. And when Charles kicked the bucket, he gonna kick her out. He cannot stand her. He said that he has never liked her. He has only tolerated her. And that was in print and that was an exclusive, meaning that was coming straight from William. That is when I really knew things had really got down and dirty. When William went over there with his cup of tears, his cup of salty tears, and told Tom Sykes that. And this commenter goes on to say, and the only way that they can vote their disdain is via family events. That falls outside of the official duties. Fred can't even compel his own closest royal blood relatives to spend the holidays with him, with a contract to her late majesty. Where is the lie? Everybody wanted to stay with the queen. Everybody wanted to come to lunch. Everybody wanted an invitation from the queen. Charles, nobody pays him no attention. It says if Fred needs to make up the number at the table at Buckingham Palace or even Sandringham, he makes it looks like he's not the pariah of the entirety of the UK. I hear PM, I don't know who that is, and other rotor rats would absolutely fall over themselves for a seat at the table. Oh, I think, who is PM? I don't know who that is, but okay. I mean, that's Fred and Gladys's usual MO now, right? Reward the Tabs for throwing Harry and Meghan and other relatives under the bus by hosting parties for them. The rotor assumes much more than a parasocial relationship with the royal family based on how they phrase their articles, so it should be easy for them to finagle a seat at these luncheons. That's who they saying is going to be there because nobody else cares anything for Charles. Where is the lie? I'm just saying. Also, I want to read this particular comment too. This commenter says, did Sophie and Edward's kids not come either? Dear Lord, the lunch is going to be full of Parker Bowes and other hanger ons. Charles is a sorry monarch. His sons hate him, no doubt his brothers too. I guess Anne will show up with her kids. I don't think Anne showed up. I don't know. I did not see a picture of Anne showing up, and I did not see a picture of Zara or whatever is Peter. I hadn't saw any of them show up. So I don't know. I'm thinking it's just a bunch of people that he has invited. This is not the B team. This is the Z team that he has absolutely invited. And I just love this for Charles. I do. I'll put this up. And this particular squatty said this: imagine throwing a Christmas party for your family and your own children and grandchildren, home and abroad, did not attend, even the ones who are supposedly very close to you. I don't know what that other word is. I don't know what kind of language they started speaking after that. But yes, your own children. Does he not see how bad this looks? And I saw an article back, I guess it's been maybe 2 or 3 months back, how Camilla was talking about what a good step grandfather he is. Anyway, she was talking about how he loves to read to them and all of this grandfatherly stuff. But he was not doing it with his own grandchildren. He was doing it with hers. Do she not understand how that looks? That looks like he's a trash father and a trash grandfather. That's how it looks. I'm just saying. I'm gonna put this up, and this popped up. And if you can see at the bottom there, it says Prince William and Kate Middleton's photographer breaks his silence after royal suddenly delete Christmas card. Yes, you heard it correctly. Y'all remember that Christmas card that I put on my podcast yesterday looks like they went and deleted it for some reason. And that they replaced it, but they replaced it with a picture looking just like that one, but they replaced it. And this particular squatter said this: I didn't even notice they had deleted the original to edit it. Here's two things can be true. One, they didn't intend to send out the card this year, so PR managers rustled up that screenshot, print, and sent. But when Kate and William saw what was posted, wasn't happy, hence pulling to edit it there always. There always. I think they were trying to say their way. But yes, they pulled it. They pulled it right after they posted it. They pulled it. And this squatter goes on to say it could be the second reason, which is this was staged to create another photo frenzy, but it kind of backfired. That's why they ran to Hello Magazine 24 hours to make people aware that the screen grab was the video was given highlights and warm light to make the family appear closer. They absolutely are telling on themselves, this is what we done to the picture. And it goes on to say, when you are authentically close, you don't need highlights to point that out. Where is the lie? Because they said they were given highlights and warm light to make the family appear closer. When you are close, why would you need all that? I'm just saying. And this squatter goes on to say, whichever way the internet reportedly continued to work just fine. No breaking report anywhere. The circus continues. They did not break the internet. They did not. This particular Christmas card landed with a thud. No comparison of what Harry and Meghan did. That's why the bots and the trolls and the toadies and the hags has done their work overtime to try to somehow discredit this Christmas card of Harry and Meghan, and they have absolutely came up with nothing because it's an original picture. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I ran, I did. I ran to find this article, and it is an article in Hello Magazine, and it says Prince William and Kate Middleton's photographer breaks his silence after royal suddenly deletes Christmas card. And so he goes in there and talks about it. It says Prince William and Princess Kate's Christmas card drama has captured the attention of royal fans everywhere. The lies. Nobody even knew. It says with the family's chosen photographer, Will Ward, breaking his silence amidst a flurry of changes to the to the festive image. The comments, though brief, sparked an outpour of praise from fans who flooded his posts with heartfelt uh, messages. Amazing work, wrote one admirer, while another one added a beautiful Christmas capture. The buzz around the photo began when the royals initially shared the card on social media, only to remove it hours later. When the image reappeared, it had undergone a subtle transformation. The updated version was more zoomed in, take on an original, highlighted and warm and closeness of the family. My point is this: that picture went up. It was not pre approved by William and Kate. They did not like it. They wanted it to be better. And they took it down and redid it and pretty much fiddled with it to try to make it more warm and appealing to people. I'm just saying. And all this was all about nothing because even after they did that, took the card down and put it back up, nobody still didn't care. Nobody cared when they put up the first Christmas card. Nobody cared when they took the Christmas card down. And nobody cared when they reposted the same picture with the highlights and the warmth. Nobody cared. This was a wet squib. It did not get any buzz. I have yet to see one article written by it. Well, I think people wrote an article about it. And I'm sure that Jack Royston probably did. You know, all the usual toadies. But just for it to spread like wildfire and be posted all over the place like Harry and Meghan's was, breaking the internet, nah, nah. Even with the controversy that they created. I don't know if it was intentional or not intentional. Either way, it didn't matter because nobody cared. I'm just saying. What a sad fandom the Derangers are. They are. They are the saddest, pathetic bunch of old, ugly hags and trolls you most ever want to imagine. And they have nothing to work with. And they're so desperate, they've just gotten to the point where William and Kate continues to serve up all of these flops that they just make stuff up. Just make it up. And I'm going to put this up. Y'all see this Christmas card right here? This is what is going around on all the Derangers pages. Yes, it is a AI generated Christmas card of the Waleses. They was not happy with the Christmas card that the Wales gave them. They absolutely had to make up one of their own. And this particular squatty said this: the fact that the Derangers had to make up a Christmas that doesn't even exist speaks volumes. Doesn't it? It speaks volumes because Kate and William are such utter failures. Even the Derangers know that they are. And they have to go in and fix up things to try to appease themselves. And this is one of them. They absolutely was not happy with that Christmas card. It absolutely flippity flippity flop as everything everything that the Wales has touched this year has done so. They absolutely went in and created a card for themselves. I kid you not. And I must admit, I like it. I do. I think it looks really, really good. But we all know it is fake. It's fake because this is not Kate's face, and that's definitely not William's face. What can I say? All right, y'all, I'm gonna put this up, and this is going around on um, all the social media platforms, and it is a lot of buzz and continues to be a lot of buzz and some concern on what is going on with William. And that's what I've been saying. It's so many elephants in the room of these flying monkeys, all these toadies that they don't want to talk about. They want to try to they prefer to make stuff up about Harry and Meghan than to talk about literally what is going on right in front of their face, right in front of their eyes. I'm gonna put this up, and this particular squatty posted this picture. Look at William. His beard is turning absolutely gray, and he looks horrible. And this particular squatter said this: God, he doesn't look well at all. Everybody see how William looks, but they don't want to talk about it. It is something going on with William. How many months I have been on this very podcast saying exactly that. It is something going on with William that they don't want to talk about, because you cannot tell me that the president of France have to hold you up to take a picture, and his wife seems like she is totally and absolutely disgusted with you and will not stand anywhere near you. She stood closer to Donald Trump than she did to William. It's something going on with William. They don't want to talk about it, but we see it. And he looks bad. And I'm going to put this up. This particular squatter said this: these are mature women, and Egg looks the same age. William is what, 42? Look at him. Look at him. He looks horrible, and his teeth look is about as yellow as butter. I kid you not. Where's the toothpaste? Where is the teeth whitening solution? Where is it at? Because they act like they have never met a toothbrush or any whitening solution over there with William. I have never saw a royal family who has billions of dollars who let their teeth go in such ill repair. But I digress. I digress. Look at him. He looks awful. And so my favorite squatty had something to say about it, especially about the elephant in the room. And of course, y'all know I'm going to share. I am going to share. And I'm going to put it up. And it says William's gaunt look and the elephant in the room. What is the lie? It is something really going on with William that people just don't want to talk about. He's swaying, he's dropping things, and he has yet to be out in public and look like, he wanted to be there. You can you can literally see him faking it. He is just absolutely sleepwalking through his life at this point. This squatter goes on to say, Prince William has been looking, well, not exactly royal lately. In fact, the guy seems to be withering before our very eyes. His face has gone all gaunt, his cheeks hollow, and let's not forget the time he was caught swaying on his feet like he was about to pass out. Well, it's a lie. And this is not just that one time, it has repeatedly. I mean, he has been caught swaying so many times. Even when they did the welcoming of the what is it, Amir of Qatar? Yes, he was standing up there swaying then. He was. He cannot stand still. He is absolutely blowing like a tree in a hurricane, like a palm tree in a hurricane. He cannot stand still. But they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to write about that. I'm just saying. It said, but here's the thing. The press seem to have agreed that we're all supposed to pretend we don't see it. What is the lie? But we as squatties have been calling this out for months. For months, we were saying it. When we first noticed something was going on with William. And it says we're meant to ignore the obvious signs that something is off, because apparently it's more respectful to gloss over raw, visible, deteriorating health rather than acknowledging it. William looked like he is the one with cancer. Now, if William said that he had cancer, I would believe that. Charles and Kate don't look like people who have cancer. William does. I'm just saying. But they want us to pretend like it's not happening. It's the elephant in the room. It goes on to say, now I get it. The Royals are a brand. And the last thing anybody wants is to admit that their heir to the throne looks like he's been through the war. Y'all remember the CNN commentator who hadn't saw William in a while was on air and was jarred by William's appearance. She said it on air. She was jarred enough to say exactly what she was seeing on air. She said he looks painfully thin. He has lost a lot of weight. She said that on air as a response to seeing him. I'm just saying. It says, so instead of addressing the obvious signs of illness, we're expected to just carry on like Bill's look. I guess they're talking about Williams looking perfectly fine. Like he's just busy with his royal duties and not, literally fading away before our very eyes. But it's also strange just to imagine if this was anyone else. What is the lie? If it was anybody else but William, it would be article after article after article after article. But anything that has anything to do with Harry and Meghan, they are all over the place trying to find a story about Harry and Meghan. But this story is right in front of their eyes and they refuse to write it. It says, it goes on to say, but it's also strange. Just imagine if it was someone else. If, say, a prime minister or a random celebrity started showing up looking that gaunt and off. Where is the lie? Where is the lie? Anytime he travels outside of the circle of control of the royal rota, people say something about it. They do. They say something about it. They cannot control. I remember when Charles went to Australia and they were openly talking about, I think it was, what is his name? That Myers guy, Russell Myers. Russell Myers was admitting that when royals travel outside of the control of the royal rota, it is very risky for them because they cannot control the press. He said that on Australia. I think it was on Australians. I think it was on that morning show or something like that. He said it's always a risk because Charles, he was talking about Charles at the time. He said it's really this trip is really important to show that he is all right and in charge. And he will do just fine. But when he travels outside of the country and outside of the control of the royal rota, then that is where the danger is because they don't have control over the press. He said as long as Charles is in front of the royal rota, Charles could absolutely drop dead in front of a reporter and it would not get reported until they are told to report it. Russell Myers said that. He said if he dropped dead, that was the only way it would be a problem. Anything else, it would not even be reported. And look at this. William is literally disappearing in front of our eyes, and they will not write one word about it. They are too busy about what's going on in Harry and Meghan's garden or too busy writing about Mama Mia being a part of Harry and Meghan's family. And they have the heir to the throne. Something is going on there. I'm telling you, it is something going on. Let's go on. It says, it's also strange. Just imagine if this was someone else, if, say, a prime minister or a random celebrity started to show up looking that gaunt and off. you can bet your bottom dollar that the media would be all over it. Headlines like he okay or what's going on with X's health would dominate. Nope, not with William. Instead, the public is expected to pretend that we don't see what is in front of our eyes. The guy looks like he is running on empty, and yet the press is basically saying, shh, nothing to see here. Y'all remember I did a podcast on this, and I was talking about that guy in that movie. I think it was I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was a spoof kind of movie. And he was out there saying, it's nothing going on here. And behind him, buildings were being blown up and all manner of chaos was going on. But he was saying, nothing, ain't nothing going on here, nothing to see, go on home. And that is exactly what Kensington Palace is trying to peddle. Nothing is going on here. Now we see him walking around looking like he's about 120 pounds soaking wet, maybe even less than that. But nothing is said, nothing is done. Look away. I mean, it's nothing to see here. I'm thinking this is my belief, my theory, that William has some kind of addiction. Something is going on. I'm just saying. He has lost the thread. He has. When Harry left, he lost the thread and he hadn't been able to find it ever since. And it's starting to really wear on him. It says, but if we admit the truth, we might have to ask some hard questions. And God forbid we do that, right? Yes, so busy trying to police Harry and Meghan, who takes not one dime, like my grandmother used to say. So so busy trying to police Harry and Meghan. And like my grandmother used to say, who takes nary a dime from the taxpayer, but yet and still your heir apparent who takes what 26 million. Y'all run him a $26 million check every year, and you can't report on what's going on with him. And it clearly something is. I'm just saying. I'm going to put this up because karma continues to knock on doors and kiss people in the mouth. And the next one up is Princess Michael. Y'all remember Princess Michael, don't you? The one who, I'm going to put this up. Y'all remember who wore the blackamoor brooch to the first Christmas lunch with Meghan, the first Christmas lunch that Meghan attended? She wore this particular brooch. And it didn't go down so well. It says Princess Michael of Kent wear a racist brooch to lunch with Meghan Markle. The royal family member appears to wear offensive jewelry to the Queen's Christmas luncheon. Yeah, she did that. She absolutely did. And she is a known racist and a known snob. I think her father was a Yahtzee. I can't say the real name because the algorithm will go crazy. But yes, this is the same one. Well, I'm going to put this up. This has happened. It says, all karma is not yet done this year. Looking forward to what she has in store in 2025. Where is the lie? Come on through, karma. Come on through, girl. Come on through, karma. It says karma is truly a squad. I love it. It says all Megan's haters have started to get their ASS's bitten. Charles, Kate, Middleton, William, Camilla, Eamon Home, P.S. Morgan, and Michael of Kent, Princess Michael of Kent. Yes, this showed up. It says Princess Michael of Kent breaks both wrists and fall at palace after undergoing heart surgery. My God, Michael. My God, you are in a mess. You broke both. You broke both your wrists. Hmm. All I can say is sorry, I'm not sorry. I'm just saying. And this particular squatty that posted it originally said, "Is that the brooch lady? They really need to sage all the palaces." Where is the lie? Because ain't nothing but evil spirits up in there. And it's not the ones who are dead, it's the ones who are alive. Absolutely. All right, y'all, I'm gonna put this one up. And this the answer to this particular comment was so profound. The commenter wrote this first. It says, "Someone needs to explain to me why the British psyche is broken just because Harry and Meghan put Happy Holiday on their Christmas card. This is a normal saying. This isn't controversial. Why are the tabloids behaving as if it is?" And this particular squatty, or I don't know if this person is a squatty or not, this particular commenter replied to what she said and said this: "It's tiring explaining this. The British media will always seek to attack, disparage, and provoke outrage towards Harry and Meghan because Harry and Meghan pulled back the veil. What people keep asking why is at this point is silly. That's true. Everything Harry and Meghan does or put out or says is going to be controversial or somehow wrong. At least this is the way those people are going to make it. Because we all know what the invisible contract says. We all know. We all know that the smear campaign, what its goal is. It is to smear and destroy Harry and Meghan. So asking why is silly. It is. You just need to be out there combating it because we all know why. And it's not justified and it has nothing to do with anything Harry and Meghan has done. It is their existence. Their mere existence is causing what is going on. I'm just saying. That's why I say Harry and Meghan, all they have to do is to, if Harry and Meghan never said anything, perfect example is Polo. Never mentioned those people, never had anything to say, absolutely painted them invisible. And they had something to say about that. Why didn't Harry and Meghan make that an olive branch and say something about the king and William? And then just a few months ago, they were saying that Harry and Meghan shouldn't say anything about them. And Harry and Meghan has not allowed their names to slip out of their mouths in 2 years. And yet and still, everything that Harry and Meghan does, attack, attack, attack. That's why I say, go run Polo. Run it. Let's get these hours up because we are in a war with these people and they are not going to stop coming. Just like he said, this whole questioning why is a waste of time and silly because it is just because they exist and they left that institution and they continue to show up those left behinds and they all mad. And they all are circling the drain over there, and they mad about that too. I'm just saying. I'm gonna put this one up. And this particular squatty says this: When they say Harry and Meghan chose family secrets, what they mean is he and Meghan abuse and mistreatment was meant to be hidden. Exactly. They are not mad with Harry and Meghan. Well, let me rewind that. They don't have a problem with their behavior. They want to be able to mistreat you and abuse you and not be exposed for it. It is the exposure for them. It's not what they did because they would do that crap again, given the opportunity. They just have a problem with Harry and Meghan speaking on it, exposing it. And it goes on to say, we weren't supposed to tell. Secrets would be the slumlord's way, fleecing off cancer and children charities. But Harry didn't tell us that. Channel 4 did. Exactly. They want to try to say that Harry told secrets. No, Harry and Meghan just told their story, what had happened to them. Telling secrets would be telling how William is a slumlord and how Charles is a slumlord and fleeces off of charities like cancer charities and children charities. Now, those are secrets, and Channel 4 told those, not Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan just told their story. And that's why William and Kate and all the rest of them have a problem with what Harry and Meghan done. That's why they have a problem. Not with their behavior, but with Harry and Meghan exposing them. I have said this time and time again. I'm going to put this one up, and it says, they had their bots, trolls, and stupid British media attacking Harry and Meghan's polo and Christmas card for 2 straight weeks. Where's the lie? I'm telling you, it has been the wild, wild west on these internet streets. These trolls have been running amok. And I'm telling you, the squatties have had to be on here every day, skull dragging them, absolutely continuing to push back on their nonsense because it's really hard. And most of probably what we've been skull dragging has been Kensington Palace's bots because we all know it is so many of those. It is horrible what goes on in these internet streets, I'm telling you. And it goes on to say, it says, and now they're back to milking Kate and Charles' health issue for sympathy. That is all of the things that they have released several articles. Kate has one. I'm gonna cover it tomorrow. But and Charles has one, and I'll probably cover it tomorrow, saying that their cancer treatment is going to go into 2025. They're going to continue with cancer treatment into 2025. And this particular squad is saying that they're trying to milk it for sympathy. And I agree with them. I absolutely do. And it says, God, these people are despicable. Where is the lie? But we all have known for some while now who we've been dealing with, and they are despicable. It is not a low they won't go. It is not a trick they won't pull. She absolutely would. So, yes, 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 they are despicable. And yes, 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 they are willing to do anything. I am willing to believe anything these people will pull off for their own benefit. I'm just saying. Up. And this particular squatty just absolutely nails it. What's going on? This treatment going into 2025. This squatty said this. They told us that the woman was sick. Then they said in the summer that her treatment was over and she was doing amazing. And suddenly, when details came out about Will and Charles' shady money making, they tell us She's still going through treatment and it takes some time. What is a lie? I'm telling you, the narrative continues to shift when it comes to Charles and Kate. You cannot pin it down. It is whack a mole up in here. What is going on? I'm telling you, to me, I agree with this particular squatty. This is a sympathy play. It is. They hadn't got what they needed out of it. And so they're continuing it to protect themselves. Also, to protect themselves from those eggs, Kate, to protect herself maybe from a divorce. I'm just saying. That's all I can say about that. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And y'all, don't forget about Polo. Don't forget about Polo. Run it while you're going Christmas shopping. Put it on. Run a few episodes. Got to get those numbers up. We want a second season of Polo. That will be the victory. A second season of Polo will be the victory. And I will be so happy if they announce that. I will. So, y'all, let's get these numbers up. Run it. Put it on your extra television and run it. I'm just saying. Also, y'all know I'm going to put this up. And y'all know, if they don't know, they will know. If they mess with Harry and Meghan, we will proceed to eat their face off. All right, y'all. Bye.